Hey, Bobby, nice to see you again, bud. I know you're having some issues with your phone today, and I know how it is. I just joined Straight Talk from Verizon, so I've got some things happening with my end. But let's not let the technology gods dismiss what we're trying to do today, which is another testimonial. So anyone out there watching, Bobby is one of my former clients. And we have had relationships for about a decade now, and so I just want to keep this kind of a nice brief kind of proof in the pudding. So follow along here. Bobby, nice to see you again. Why don't you tell the audience kind of what you do and why you were interested in working with someone like me?
Yeah, Matt. Well, hey, man. Yeah, it's great seeing you and talking. For anyone listening, Matt and I go back, like you said, I think almost a decade ago, to the movie making days.
Yep.
Fun times in Carolina. But yeah, so my name's Bobby Rodke. I work in sales up here in Baltimore, Maryland. And yeah, so I actually reached out to Matt a while back, just when I was in the market for a new job. We moved back from Hawaii, and I was trying to get into some more business to business sales, and yeah, reached out to Matt to spruce up my resume. One thing, I might be a good talker, but I'm a horrible writer. So needed him to help me kind of make my resume a lot better, because I'm not good at taking things that I've done and translating it on the paper so it grabs people's attention.
Excellent, excellent. And the final outcome, because of the what I call marketing collateral, what ended up happening with your career with the resume? What kind of roles did you wind up in that kind of use that resume as leverage?
Yeah, I actually had a couple good interviews with some different companies, and then not sure if I can say their names. I'm not going to, but had a couple different interviews, and ultimately landed with a company called 𝘾𝙤𝙧𝙚, which is a branch of Aerotech, and I'm an account manager in the staffing and outsourcing world, engineering services. It could not get more business to business if you wanted it to, but it got me that job. So I've been there for almost 2 years now, doing really well, which is exciting. It's a hard gig, but with the business to business, I wasn't coming from business to business, by the way. I was coming from more product sales, and I guess you would call it inside sales. So real kudos to Matt to be able to help me translate that, which helped me get this job in the B2B world.
Excellent. And that's where I cut my teeth, was Aerotech. So I totally know the spread and the zone. What the hell was the zone? Remember, you guys got to do the numbers for everybody.
You were with Aerotech? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was sorry about that, guys. I was with Aerotech. That's where I cut my teeth. 2003 or 4 through 6, I want to say. It was like a few years kind of thing. Probably about 3 years, but yeah, I was over in Cleveland. So that's where I learned. Yeah, that's how I got into HR.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
I didn't realize that. Were you a recruiter? Or did you get into sales?
Yeah, I was a recruiter. So I was one of the senior recruiters, though. Luckily, I started training some folks. I got to go to the sales conventions. But as I worked my way up into that sales kind of role, I actually had left and got into internal recruiting, because staffing, man, it can be pretty brutal. And it just, at that point, Cleveland had a lot of availability for HR roles, and I kind of want to just wiggle my way into HR. So I left, but yeah, we could go on and on, but I'll tell you here, we'll save off hours. Let me say one last thing. What piece of advice would you give others that are on the fence going, hey, this resume writer, career coach guy, this guy is just another scammer. This stuff don't work. I don't care about investing myself. $1,000, I'd rather pay the yard guy to clean out my lawn, not advance my career or get more money for myself. So the people out there that are cheap or just on the fence because they're like, this ain't worth it, or just, maybe have some problems in life and they can't afford something like this. And God bless those folks, because those are the ones you really want to try to help. And they're the ones that if they could do it, they would. But what about the ones that can do it? They're just like, nah, I don't want it. They're balking at the idea. What do you want to say to them?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I know I definitely was in that realm too, because the idea, right, of paying someone, especially like you said, $1,000 is a lot of money, I definitely, went through that thought, but I think at the end of the day, it's one, the proof is in the pudding, but two, it's like, are you willing to take the investment and put it in yourself? Look, with any investment, there's going to be a risk, right? And I think that's the way you got to look at it is, hey, I'm going to take this chance. The most, worst case scenario, sorry, my phone just went weird. The worst case scenario, it doesn't work out, but if that's the case, then nothing changed from when you didn't update your resume, right? But with someone that's like Matt, who has like I said, the ability to turn results and put it on the paper, I think that's just that's a hard thing to do. And I know, like I said earlier, I'm not good with written words. So to have somebody do it for me, it just really helped out. And he was able to turn my resume into something that I know, however many times that I went into Google and said, how do I say on my resume that I was the #1 seller in all the islands of Hawaii? And, you could do that all you want, or you could take someone who I just learned myself has experience in this industry, to put it there. It's worth the investment. Once again, any investment, there's gonna be a risk. But if you're doing it with someone who at least has a solid background and definitely has, go for it. Take the chance, because without doing it, you're not increasing your chances at all, right? Of changing careers, getting a promotion, getting a different job, whatever it is. I'd say take the chance.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for that, Bobby. Exactly. And that's kind of like you'd mentioned, you're paying someone like myself for expertise and being able to kind of not only just get you over this necessary evil that is a resume, but to truly get you into that next spot that you are not going to be, spinning your wheels. You're going to have more money. You're going to be closer to home, or whatever it is to check off your needs, right? So that's our goal, is to get folks into those roles that they can actually want to be in, and be away from their family for 40 hours a week and spend time with strangers in, rather than, hey, what's the next job on the job board? It looks like that's my next job for 3 years, right? Like kind of letting life dictate their journey. So I always try to get people to say, hey, you're not paying me just to get rid of this necessary evil as a resume. You're paying me so we can lean on each other and we can get you motivated or in the right direction or upskilled, whatever your gaps are, for you to get to that next role that, again, make you happier or richer or whatever the heck your boxes are, right? So that's kind of where I'll leave it with the audience. This is not, you're not paying me just to just type a bunch of words, right? You're paying, we're doing this as a kind of a macro level, big long-term type strategy. So I'll leave that with the audience too. So, but Bobby, man, I'll let you get back at it. And I just appreciate your time. Next time we'll talk some more aerotech, but just thank you for making this work in between some meetings. You get out there and get some good sales in, brother, and just ping me if I can help down the road or in between, but I'll be here. You know where to find me.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. I appreciate it. For your listeners, like, it's worth it. That's all I can say. It's worth it.
Oh man, let's print it on t-shirts. Let's go.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, man. Well, hey, enjoy the rest of your summer. Stay cool in the streets of the Metro DC heat. But otherwise, yeah, just keep rocking, brother. I'll see you on the flip.
Thanks, Matt. You too, man.
Bye-bye.